Hi, Julianne with Sterling. This video is if you want to fully understand what the exact wording is that goes to the preceptors and how they get there. If you need a quicker review or orientation, there's a live action video on my Sterling YouTube channel. It's done great a job of clarifying for students and preceptors what should be happening. All right, so the student is instructed to pass their device to the preceptor, who can then choose to enter a cell phone number or an email. Whatever they choose initially is how we will always reach out to them unless they request otherwise. So I will tell you that if you're with a preceptor who has been in our system long enough to recognize that we're not trying to spam them to death and they want to switch back to cell phone, I'm happy to do that. Just put in a support ticket. In the meantime, if the preceptor is not getting their notifications, admin at Sterling Credentials is what you need to know. All right, once the preceptor clicks on the link and fills in all their information, a couple of things are going to occur. Number one, they're going to receive our courtesy notification. And number two, that red warning on the bottom of your shift that says awaiting preceptor confirmation, it's going to go away. So those two things happen once the preceptor responds. Now, if you have a preceptor who is not new to the system, they're of course not going to get an invitation because we already know who they are. So as soon as you create that shift, they'll get the courtesy notification, and your shift will show the name of the preceptor that's attached to it. It will no longer show the red, pending. So what you're going to learn in my next video is, if the preceptor says they've used Sterling before, there is no reason why you should ever see this message here. I put this screenshot because once you hit create this shift, you're going to have these green bars across the bottom. They'll show up, they'll persist for a second or two, and then they'll go away. But look, this is particularly helpful if I'm using a preceptor who's already in the system, because now I know exactly where we should be looking for their alerts. This preceptor will never get a text message from us because they chose to enroll via email. Again, I said I have another video for this that shows you all the options and all the things you can do with that to try to get yourself out of that red message situation. When a preceptor goes to access their portal, they don't have a password. So instead what they have is a personal private URL forever. And so when they attempt to access it the first time, or after a number of hours, or on a new device, in each case, it will require a security code to go in. And you can see here, we're obviously sending this to a cell phone. That may be helpful with you trying to help the preceptor get up to speed. All right, when you lock your patient, the narrative will still be available to you, but the preceptor is going to go ahead and receive a text that saying there are skills to approve. And I did this so that you don't have to save them all for the end of the shift. So this is what the preceptor portal looks like. And here you see click to validate skills. If for whatever reason they go to their portal and they don't see this, they have both bars that say, nothing to do, then all they need to do is click the grab new data, and that will refresh their portal and bring in what you finalized and sent. And just for your curiosity, here's where they're going to approve skills. If they choose to raise a discrepancy, then that's going to get served up to your clinical staff for resolution. They may talk to you, they may talk to the preceptor, they may say, yes, we're going to accredit it, no, we're not. That's that process. Once you close your shift, whether that is on your own or whether that's the Sterling auto close about 3 days afterwards, your preceptor will get this message, shift hours to validate. And again, it's the very same link. A couple of things. We don't let these go out after 11 p.m. because we know typically you won't still be on the shift, right? You're going to leave and go home and work on your narratives and then close it sometime later. So it's very good to just give your preceptor the heads up, hey, you're going to get one more text from Sterling when I close this shift, so that they can verify the hours. And here's what the updated portal looks like. See here it says action required here. And so if they click on that to validate shifts, they're going to get this interface where they're going to, number one, verify the hours, or again, raise a discrepancy. So you don't have to worry here. Like if you had to leave early because you got sick, the preceptor is going to be able to say no and put in that in the notes that you left early because you got sick. And then your preceptor can adjust those hours. Your preceptor, your clinical faculty can adjust those hours later. I also wanted you to be aware that in the evaluation they're going to do, they're going to evaluate you for cognitive, psychomotor, and affective performance. Anytime there is a score of 2 or less, or there is a comment, your clinical faculty will receive an email alerting them to those details. We get a lot of really great comments, and so it's really nice for that feedback to come, but it's also meant to help you. You know, I ask the preceptors to fill it out as honestly as possible because that's the only way we're going to learn. That's the only way we know what we need to improve on. If your preceptor leaves something incomplete, then every day at about 9 a.m. Central Time, we're going to just reach out and remind them that they still need to help you. Your student still needs you. And that basically goes on forever. All right, I hope this has helped you understand a little better. As always, do not hesitate to reach out to me. My mission is to give you more time and more brain cells to put towards becoming an excellent clinician. Let me take this part off your plate.